Hi, happy new you. It is 2021, January the 1st, and this is Freestyle Friday. Thank you so much. I hope I have some people that have joined me. I do apologize earlier today. We were having some technical difficulties, and I am here. It's 8 hours later, but I am here. And we're just going to keep this rolling. We're going to keep going right on. It is freestyle, and we're going to freestyle it. We're going to talk about our affirmation for the week, which is I am, and the discussion of clarity. So, in starting our discussion on clarity, I would want to be as transparent as possible because I feel that clarity is just in its name, being clear, having transparency in the time that you need to have transparency, first and foremost for yourself and with yourself, and understanding where that truth lies for you. Yeah, this is how my day has been. I have candles that are flying off my keyboard and all type of things, but we gonna keep this party going. So, in the essence of transparency, and I also am celebrating. So, Happy New You! Here we have Happy New Year, but it is January the 1st, and I am just excited that we are here on Freestyle Friday. So we made it. We made it to another week. Forget about the year. It's still the same. Each Friday we meet here, right? And we rejoice in just making it to the end of a week to start and renew ourselves for the beginning of the next week. And that's what we're doing today. And we're going to keep it going. So, in clarity, transparency is very important as far as connecting with yourself. And we've talked over the course of the weeks, and you'll hear some of what I talk about. You may say she's saying the same things over and over again, but guess what? The way that we learn is by being redundant and repetitive. And the more that you hear me use these terms and describe them, you can relate them to your lives in a very personal way, in a way that's applicable to the things that may resonate by what I'm saying, that you can put into your life and the lives of others that are with you. So, in clarity, this is the first of the year. So, I'm a Southern girl. My grandmother taught me a lot of things in life, and one thing that she always did, culturally or traditionally, right at the beginning of the new year, she would have all of her clothes washed. She would have the house clean, and that was her cleansing for the new year. She would make sure that on today, the first of the year, that there was no washing of clothing, that all of the things were done the night before, prior to the beginning of the year. And this was just a traditional and a cultural thing that I've seen my grandmother do growing up. So I kind of allowed that to resonate with me in a very emotional way, in a very spiritual way. And I wanted to apply it to different domains of my life. And again, I'm Dr. Ingrid. I'm the RealTalkMD, and I'm a board certified psychiatrist. And what I do on this platform is by no means, and I have a couple of people that are with me, so if you could send me a hi, that would be wonderful because I want to see who's joining me. So I'm going to send a hi and see if I can get someone to say something back. There's also a delay, so if you do send me a comment, I may not be able to readily reply to the comment because I've learned that there is a delay when you do send something on a live, that the person that's on the hosting side of the live doesn't get that comment until a couple of seconds later. However, so again, just introducing myself, I'm Dr. Ingrid, board certified psychiatrist. And on this platform, by no means am I giving any medical advice, but I'm sharing with you my healing and being transparent. And in doing so, hoping that what I am sharing with you will help you or someone that you love. So, I am. That is the affirmation for the week. Our last week of December, leading into this new year, new week. And we're discussing how to be clear and what clarity means. So, as I described, I'm looking at how my grandmother would approach the new year by cleaning her home and making sure all the clothes were washed and those tangible things that you could see that were clean. We also have to respectfully understand, in getting a clear vision of our lives, that is important. And I want to say the first thing is having a clear environment. When you have a lot of clutter in your physical environment, it makes it very difficult to function, right? And so that energy that is transmitted in your external environment of being cluttered, or maybe there's some hoarding, it definitely translates into your internal being and how you function, the way that you view yourself in your environment. And so if it's hard to see yourself in your environment and how the workings of your environment relate to you because things are so cluttered in your physical space. And these days, people are working from home. There's a lot of mix of family life with work life and with the kids, with partners, and everything is just all right there, right? And so it's very difficult, to kind of carve out that workspace, to carve out other areas. So things may be very integrated and they may all come together where you may say, wait a minute, this is a big mess. I need this physical environment. Really, hi Jamise, thank you for joining us. We're talking about clarity, and it's describing clarity and getting a clear sense of yourself in your environment. You have to have your environment reorganized, and a lot of big companies go through reorganizations and they change their infrastructure. Well, we have to do that in our physical environment sometimes. That may mean that we may need to move some things around, get rid of things that we know that we have not used in years, just to declutter. When you can do that, then you can think through the process of what you're doing in your physical environment and actually apply that to your internal being and your emotional being. So let me give you an example of what I'm describing. So say that you are a very anxious person, and a lot of times people don't understand that hoarding is a diagnosable mental disorder, and it comes on the heels of a person having anxiety. So they hold on to a lot of stuff in fear of that they may lose it, then it may hold some special value. They just have that anxiety, and at the end of the day, it all boils down to control. So having and releasing and saying, okay, I give up my control where I need to declutter my environment, allows you to decrease that anxiety that you have inside. And you look and you see that you're not taking anything away from your physical environment, but you're adding, because you're thinking through the process of what do you really need? Why are you holding on to this? It could be a relationship, it could be physical things. It gives you the clarity as you begin to cleanse your external environment. It gives you the clarity when you begin to look at different relationships. You look at your life and you understand, what things do I not need? It may be a toxic relationship. It may be boundaries, and we talk a lot about boundaries that we may need to set with other people. It may be boundaries what we need to set with ourselves. It may be like limiting how much peach cobbler we ate today, or limiting whatever it may be, or saying, I want to make a lifestyle change. And in doing so, you're looking and saying, well, if I want to make a change, that means that I have to understand what I am changing. And last week we talked a lot about introspection, and not using the word why, because why can give a negative connotation. Why could give you this kind of derogatory feel when you use that word why. But what? What are we changing? What are we looking to do to get this clarity? Putting on our emotional lenses for this week coming up. I'm not going to even say this year, because I want us to, in clarity, also taking a step back and really micromanaging how we approach things, prioritizing what we need to do, prioritizing why you feel a certain way. So in that moment, you may feel agitated by something. You may not understand, why am I feeling agitated right now? Well, sit with yourself and understand, why am I agitated right now? What is making me nervous? What is making me agitated? What is making me sad? What is making me feel happy right now? Once you're able to sit with yourself and understand what these things are that are working inside of you, you can get a clear picture. Sometimes you're not able to do that, and then you have to depend on a professional person. You go to seek help, and that person helps you to understand yourself in a way in which we call it reframing. So you go and you say, I know may not make sense. Where should I start? Should I start from when I was in first grade up until now, and I'm 25 years old? I don't know quite what I need to do. That's how most people come to professionals, because you don't know what to say. So coming to a professional person and just talking sometimes having a conversation, communicating with a professional or someone that you trust in your life will give you clarity. It may not give you clarity right there in that moment, and you may not understand the process of what's happening, but when you're able to communicate, you subconsciously are aware of what's happening with you. If you are not, then the person that you're trusting to hear you can give you what you're saying back to you in a way where you can hear it and have more clarity that way. So I know at the beginning of the year, I know for myself last year, for the last 3 years, I've done a vision board. And a lot of times this has been a trend for like over the last decade where people have taken on this. It's pretty fun too. Really, really fun essence of looking at your vision and your goals and putting them in a very artistic way. But the point of the vision board is to have it in your sight each day so that you can look at that board and it can remind you of the goals that you're setting for the year. I want us to each day, by way of journaling, by way of having a conversation, just by way of reflection, have a vision board. Make it plain, make it simple, where you can see where you're going for that day. What is it that you want to happen within your day, and what are the things that you do not want to happen in your day? And in this particular year, so many things have bombarded us that we have had no control over, that we have become overwhelmed and sometimes emotional paralyzed, where we're not able to think in a stepwise fashion. And so in order to gain clarity and to answer that, I am, whatever that ending will be for you, I am, whatever it is, having a clear picture of who you are, having a clear picture of what it is that you want to attain in a day-to-day stance. We're not looking at the year moving forward because it can be very overwhelming. There's a lot of uncertainty still that's looming around us as in human nature, human race, but as individuals as well. And so I want you to just understand in gaining clarity, you are indeed looking to complete the sentence of I am. Whatever that completion is of that sentence, that's where your focus should be on a day-to-day basis. Now it may become, multifaceted, where it may include whatever it may be. Say that you say, I am worthy of moving out of this apartment and getting into another home. Or I am worthy of being well. I am sick of feeling depressed. I know that something is not quite right with me. I want to feel happy again. And a lot of times that's what people are reaching to do. Well, in saying that you want to be happy, tell me the things that are making you unhappy. Sometimes people are not able to explore those reasons as to why that certain emotion may be coming upon them, because they may be in a certain relationship, or they just may biologically just have what we call depression, where you come to a professional or you speak to someone that's in your community or someone that you trust, and you listen to what they have to say, because a lot of times they can see what we cannot see when we're in those very, very low places. And by way of hearing and trusting someone will also help you with clarity. So we talked about a couple of things here. First, I started with the physical environment of decluttering and getting rid of things, tangible things in your life, whether it's objects, whether it's relationships, whether it's whatever. If it's negative, get rid of it. That's number one. The second thing, again, what I talked about was communicating and having a support system that you can trust. When you don't have that clarity, you may feel that your thoughts are all over the place and you may not, no one will understand. Well, you never know anyone will understand unless you begin to be transparent and speak those things that are on your mind. They may not make sense, but if you come to a professional people like myself as a board certified psychiatrist or a psychologist or any type of counselor, or even your significant other, someone in your family that you trust, can help you and to help you to reframe what you're thinking in a way where you can stepwise look at those things. And again, we're talking about clarity on a day-to-day basis. So the other thing that I mentioned was having a vision board, not just for the year 2021. We need to have a vision and have it plain and simple, for day-to-day function of our lives. So to start off with a journal or mental journal, but getting up each morning with a clear picture of where we are going that day. Even if we're not physically going out of the house, but where do we want our day to end? What do we want to happen within our day? We have to be able to structurally plan our day out as much as we can in an emotional way or a mental way, because if not, then those emotions are going to come in of negativity. Emotions of boredom are going to come in, which may lead us to do things we may otherwise regret, or we may not have that clear judgment when we're not clear at the beginning of our days of where we're going to go throughout the day. So in doing so, it will definitely help you to move forward and to be able to complete the I am. And so that's what I wanted to share today. And again, I apologize. It is 9 p.m. at night. Earlier today, we had some technical difficulties, and still we are, because what I plan to do for this Freestyle Friday, not able to do, but we're going to keep it rolling. And I look forward to evolving what I am doing here on Fridays. I look forward to feedback. You can reach me if there's any topics that you want me to discuss or questions you may have at info at montgomerypsych.org. You can message me through Facebook, and it's just about healing each other. And this is a phenomenal thing for me to be able to do, to reach out to you so that you can come across this video at some point. This is truly healing for me. We've had a rough year. I'm very excited to be able to sit here on this Freestyle Friday as the first day of the year of 2021. But we're just making it through day to day. We're making it week by week. And so again, we're going to freestyle it a little bit. And whatever comes to mind, I'm going to just share it with you. So again, I thank you so much. I am Dr. Ingrid, board certified psychiatrist here located in Rockland County. And I'm just excited about moving forward for next week. And so our affirmation for next week is going to be not I am again, because we just did I am, but bigger and stronger. Bigger and stronger. You are bigger and you are stronger than your situation. Bigger and stronger. Mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, bigger and stronger. And we are going to build. We're going to build our immunity. We're going to build our financial assets. We're going to build our physical man. We're going to build our emotional man. And we're going to just build ourselves up again to make sure that we are meeting all of our affirmations. And again, our affirmation for this week was I am. And we're talking about clarity. So clean that house. Clean your mind, sweep around your own front door, and let's just begin to think in a clear way. There's so much stuff that's happening in the world, so much that's happening on a day-to-day basis, just a lot of things that can really destroy us, can really be discouraging, can distract you, but stay clear. And that first step of clarity is getting up each morning and knowing where you are and how you fit into your environment and what your goals are for that day. So get a journal, write things down. On a bigger picture, I would love to have on Freestyle Friday where we can, in a quick fashion, because we only have a certain amount of time. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but we develop our vision boards. I'm thinking of a treatment plan, but our vision boards, and subconsciously I say a treatment plan because a vision board kind of is a treatment plan. When you go in to see a doctor, you go in for help, you know, your treatment plan has a goal there and it has objectives. And so on that vision board, that's how it should look. It should have a goal, and the objectives are the things that you do, and you meet those objectives to reach the ultimate goal. So that ultimate goal today is to complete the sentence I am. And so I am so happy that you've joined me tonight. I thank you so much for your patience. I know some people have reached out to me and like, where are you? It's 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and here it is at 9 p.m. So thank you so much for joining me on this freestyle. And again, I am just so thankful. And I think clarity is so important. Just being clear, clear. Y'all saw my candles fell, but we still are going on this freestyle. Clear, we're clear. We got our heartbeat going. And I can tell y'all one thing, that this live is not, there's no rehearsals. I just bring my energy with me. I give you all that I have in hopes that what I have can help you, because it surely helps me to know that I'm able to reach someone. Clear your mind. We gotta clear our minds each day. Don't worry about tomorrow. Today is you. No one but you. To be clear, we got to hear. We got to hear what others may tell us that we may not want to hear. Clean your mind, your body and soul. We gotta do it to live more in a clear way. We gotta start each day. Start and say, I am, yeah, I am at peace. I am at love. You gotta love yourself. What is your I am? I am. My name is Dr. Ingrid, the RealTalkMD, and we've discussed very, 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 very briefly about clarity. I've shared with you things about me and how I look at myself and my environment, the way it's taking it day by day. Ooh. See, we celebrated a new year, but years are made up of months. Months are made up of weeks. Weeks are made up of days. Days are made up of hours. Sometimes you got to just break your days down into hours to keep your mind free. We're talking about clarity. Oh, clarity. And how do we do that? We take one day at a time. No need to go any further. Just one day at a time to clear your mind. One day at a time. And we got our heartbeat. And our affirmation for the next week is bigger and stronger. We're going bigger and stronger. You got this, and we're in this together. So We can't stop now. We gotta have clarity. So get those daily vision boards out and write your vision, write your goal, plain and simple, whatever that may be. Because it's clarity. Y'all have a good night and meet me next Friday on Freestyle Fridays. So good night and be the best that you can be by gaining clarity. Good night.